What's going on, everyone? It's Bales, and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Team Review post round 23. So our second to last team review of the season. And 24-23, so that's pretty good. But 5-3, 5-5 round rank is not too bad, but dropped 13 spots, which is interesting. I thought I was honestly going to move up a tiny bit. I think, obviously, not having Butters or Jack Steele this weekend did hurt, and they both put up over 140 in there. Butters is quite popular amongst the sort of top 10,000, but obviously Steele's not as popular, but still would have been nice to have had him. A few people brought him in over the last couple of weeks as well. Dropped 13 spots, as I said, so we're hoping to still finish inside top 500 by the end of the season. And unfortunately, we went down to Luke in the Content Creators Cup Grand Final by 39 points. Disappointing. He had Butters, and I had Brad Hill. So if Brad Hill doesn't get subbed out and Butters doesn't go absolutely nuts, it's probably a different story. But hey, as we say, or if buts and maybes didn't happen, Butters went big, Brad Hill got subbed out, and I lost. So hey, I was happy I made the grand final, but obviously it sucks that got so close and had a very good year, but still couldn't get the chocolates. But hey, there's always next year, isn't there? So, congrats to Luke, obviously, from the Ball Boys, very well deserved. But now the Ball Boys are 2-0 against the Fantasy Fanatics, which is tough to take. Me and Tim need to regroup. Obviously, Jordoc's will be with us next year in the Content Creators Cup, so we've got to regroup and go again. So, anyway, in terms of plus and minus threes, plus 3, I'll give it to Nick Martin, 121, great score against Sydney at Marvel. Obviously, tough matchup, but 100% game time now for the second week in a row. Fantastic. And he was everywhere. Good start on a Friday night there. Negative 3 goes to Zach Merritt. Obviously, got tagged by Jordan. Only his second score below 80 for the season, and 64 was his worst score by 14 points. I think his last before that was 78. So, bad week to choose to go 64. I probably should have looped him and maybe gained the extra 9 points and had Young on instead of Merritt, which would have actually seen me probably rise in rank. It's a bit of a mistake on my part. I should have benched, because I had McAuliffe, right? It wouldn't have mattered regardless. I had no cover. I should have put Merritt on the bench and then Young on the bench and then taken the best score and just played Humphreys literally wherever. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but it is what it is. So wouldn't have mattered too much in the grand scheme of things. Just got to remember that for next year. Just maybe be a bit smarter and make sure everything is correct and double and triple check my team and stuff and make sure there's nothing else to do. But Merritt not too great there, unfortunately. So let's get into the rest of the players. But as always, before we do, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you smash a big thumbs up on the video. That'd be very much appreciated. And make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I think we're only about, I believe we're only about 46 subscribers. Well, just actually double check. We're getting very close to 2.7k, which is fantastic. Slowly getting there. 46 away from that. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. AFLW Fantasy season is just around the corner. Starts not this upcoming weekend, the following weekend. Me and Jaden are doing a team reveals tomorrow for our AFLW fantasy team, so make sure you guys tune into that. That'll be on YouTube at 5 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Perth time, so make sure you guys tune into that. Especially if you haven't started any preseason content, preseason study yet, that might give you a bit of an idea of where me and Jaden are sort of looking with our team, so make sure you guys tune in. Cool, let's get stuck into it. So Lockie Whitfield, 115. Great score. It's just been great. I knew he'd bounce back after a poor one last week, and he did bounce back. So very happy with the 115 there. Jack Sinker on debut, 102. Didn't actually get to watch him on his debut, which I normally like watching the players I bring in. Obviously, it's just a bit of motivation there. I didn't actually get to watch either of the players I brought in this week, to be fair. 102 from Sinclair is good for me. Tom Stewart, 82. Was looking good. Then Geelong got overrun the second half, and he didn't score too well there. Nick Newman, just an absolute machine. 119 again. Again, he could have easily got my +3 as well. Just getting it done. I think he had like 72 points in the second half again. And he can go on patches where he's quiet, but then he just racks it up. And like, he's 4 tons in a row now. Over the last 3 have obviously been over 115. Just massive. Big score there. He always gets a few tackles as well. Like, he's led at least 4 in the last 4 games, which is fantastic. And only 1 game since the bye where he's gone less than 4, which is pretty good. So, and he's got St Kilda this week, which could be massive. So, Nick Newman, I think you need him, and he's having another very good season there. Nick Martin, we obviously spoke about before. Very happy with that. Lawson Humphries, it's interesting because overall I'm probably happy because I gained 21 points on just sort of taking the punt, I guess, playing Humphries over the 73 from Young. But I sort of look at it and go, 94, great. Like, if I didn't watch the game and didn't see any stats, and I just saw 94 from Humphries, I would have said, yep, that's great, I'll take it, I'll gain the 20-point gain. But knowing the fact that he was on 82 points at halftime, and he only ended up on 94 is probably a little bit underwhelming just because, 12 points second half. Like, come on. Like, he probably scored 12 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. And you never know if he has a little bit more in the second half, I'll probably win the Content Creators Cup. But it is what it is. 94, though, is great. Makes a bit more cash and could still be a loot against West Coast this week. Hayden Young, disappointing again. He's just, sort of having a sort of a not a great end to the year. That's our back-to-back 70s. Only 3 tons since the bye. 3 tons have all been really low as well. When he was tunning up pretty much most weeks, and especially that run from round 3 to round 8, where he's tunning up in every week essentially, bar one, was great. So his marks are well down. His tackles are even well down as well, bar one game. Been a bit frustrating. Only 68. His time on ground's been really frustrating as well this year. First few weeks he was playing near 80%. Then he went right back down. Ever since he didn't play the last quarter of that game, it's been essentially 75 or below, bar 2 games, or a couple of games actually. But not great. But it is what it is. There. Obviously, Reed play. Trelaw 119 and Bont 117. Obviously, very good. Very happy with those 2 scores there. Trelaw obviously the number 1 averaging. I think he's still the number 1 averaging mid this season. I don't think Butters or anyone would have overtaken him. 106.9. And Steele, I don't think Steele would have overtaken him either. 107.4. No, so Trelaw's still number 1 averaging mid, been great this year. And Bont as well has been pretty good since the bye. Obviously, a few lower scores, but at the end of the day, still averaging 108 for the season. Still been a solid year for the Bont. Both have got Giants this week. Tough matchup. I don't know where Bedford goes. I'm a bit nervous having both because he could almost do what he did to Rosie and Butters, sort of go between the two. Does he go to Trelaw because he probably matches up better? Does he go to Richards because that's what Sydney did? Or does he go to Bont even though there's a bit of a disadvantage with the height? But he did go to Dawson when they played the Crows. So if I was Giants, I'd be going to Bont. But it's going to be interesting to see what exactly they do. Obviously mentioned Zach Merritt for disappointing. Tom Green was very good with 122. Had 40 touch, but had 26 handballs. So could have been a lot bigger. But hey, I'll take a 122 there. Dunkley 84, disappointing. He's just been very frustrating this year to own. I brought him in, he got a 140 on debut, which was great after 158. But since that 140, 106, 61, 128, 83, 92, 84, that's disgusting. When I look at it now, I don't actually realise how bad it was. So 4 of his last 5 have been under 90, 3 of his last 5 have been under 85, which is not what I paid for. I paid quite a bit for Dunks, and he's been really disappointing. So, and it's not like they have been all difficult matchups. Like the Sydney one, it's tough. He went well against Gold Coast, but St Kilda's not tough. They won by a lot, and he did pretty bad. Giants is a game that would suit him, only a 92, and then 84 against Collingwood, where I thought that would have suited him. So, just very frustrating from Dunkley there. Hopefully, he ends off well against Essendon, but yeah. Dunkley, hopefully he goes all right. Noah Anderson was good, 118. Only had 9 points the third quarter. I didn't even get to watch him on debut either, which, as I said, sucked a little bit. But 118, I'll take it though. 100%. I gained 26 points on the trade from Sarong up to him, so very happy with that. If you're wondering as well, I know a few people obviously with the price stuff. I always put my players in price order. But I put Duncan on the bench because I was worried that there was rumours about him potentially not playing on the radio, but then he played. So, but obviously Anderson had already been locked out, so to put him there, and which meant Rosie was before, but maybe no one noticed that. Rosie 109 was very good as well in the showdown. Got the job done, so very happy with the 109. Obviously Dowling and McCall didn't play, and same my whole bench. Hutchinson, Campbell Gray, Caleb Smith all didn't play there. Obviously Marshall and Cherry just getting the job done once again. 122 from Cherry was very good, and then 131 from Marshall as a top scorer and playing my team was good as well. Good to have the VC on him as well. I knew it was a good matchup, and he scored really well, so happy with that. And then the forward line did its job, Brad Hill. Like 99 from Zorko, 95 from Flanders, 119 from Caldwell, 94 from Heaney, 119 from Dylan Moore. All very good. Obviously, Caldwell more particularly so. Obviously, getting the job done. 90s, high 90s from the other three was solid. Obviously, I thought Zorko might go a little bit bigger against Collingwood. But Flanders didn't. Like I thought even Flanders might have gone a little bit bigger. Low scoring game for the one for Heaney. So, yeah, Caldwell got it done. Dylan Moore got it done again. Brad Hill was just obviously disappointed. He was on, 25 or 26 or something at half time. Only had like 6 then he had like 6 points in the second quarter. So he was on 25, then he got to 31 at three-quarter time. So I'm just like, far out, this is going to be bad. Then he had 22 points really early in that last quarter. He kicked a goal, was looking good. I was like, here we go. He might actually scrape his way to 70 and I'd take it. But then he gets subbed out with a back injury. Unfortunate there. I don't know how serious it is. I'm probably trading him out this week anyway. But it'd be good if he wasn't injured, because then at least it would give me the option if I need to keep him if I had other trades. But we'll see what happens there. And obviously, yeah, the other guys not playing either. So, what are we going to go through now? I've almost lost my track. What we normally do. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. We go to normally trades. But that's the team, obviously, for round 23. Just shows how much of a long season this has been. But yeah, in terms of trades this week, it's quite tricky because there's nothing obvious, sort of like I could like maybe go McAuliffe down, Brad Hill up to like a Fisher, and that's probably done. But might get a bit creative, like, because I still got Dowling there. So I could do like a move where, like, do I go like a Young, like, I could go like Young to Salem and loop between Salem and Humphreys and put Salem on the bench. And if Salem goes well, then I could trade Humphreys out and go Fisher in the forward line. That's an option there. There's a few options I've got to ahead. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do. I think my midfield's fairly set. I want Steele. Butters could be all right as well. But when I look at it, I don't know if there's any midfielders I'm necessarily definitely trading out. Dunky's been disappointing, but I don't think I'm going to trade him out against the Bombers. Every other mid did quite well, bar Merritt. But I think Merritt against Brisbane will still go okay. I know it's a tough matchup, but I don't know if he gets tagged or not. Obviously, Bont could get tagged, but I just feel like Bont's got such a high ceiling. If I trade him, he goes 130. I'll be just a bit disappointed. Forward lines besides Brad Hill are fine, and then defence bar Young is fine. So it's really Young and Brad Hill if I can maybe get two better players for that. So maybe as I said, maybe I just go McAuliffe down to a red dot and go up to Fisher or something like that, and then loot the best score between Humphreys and Young. That's an option as well. So yeah, something like that. But we'll see how we go anyway. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys, how you guys went in round 23. Let me know your score, your round rank, your overall rank, your plus and minus threes. And yeah, let me know if you guys won your grand finals, if there was any this week. I know a lot more prelims last week, so if you won your prelim, let me know in the comments if you're into your grand final of your league. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many you guys went through. So hopefully you guys got into some grand finals in a few things. I'm only in the DT Shiver draft final, and that was lucky because I drew with the guy. Thankfully, Oscar Allen and Mitch McGovern scored 44 points combined in the second half when the other guy needed 45. So thankfully, I'm through. So hopefully we can win a grand final there. It'd be nice to get something out of the year, because I got knocked out every other league just this week, unfortunately. So, but yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of that. As I said, though, make sure you smash a big thumbs up on the video. That'd be very much appreciated. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. 46 away from 2.7k. So if we can hit that, that'd be fantastic. If you guys got any questions on Q, then head over to Ask Me on Q, spelt QU.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. I can answer all your AFL Fantasy questions ahead of your league grand finals and your final push for rankings. If you want me to sort of go through anything, send it through on Q. Links in the description as well. And also, if you want me to maybe take a look at your AFLW fantasy team, answer any sort of questions you've got for there as well, you can send through all that. Obviously, just got over a week and a half to go till that starts. So if you want to send through your team stuff, I can answer those as well. So mate, if you want to send them through, link is at the very top of the description, so you can't miss it. So, yeah, I swear there was one more thing I was going to mention. Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, it was just going to be about the AFLW fantasy team reveals tomorrow with me and Jaden. So make sure you obviously mentioned before, but if you want to tune in to that, yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. per time. We're not live. It's just going to be premiering on YouTube like we always do with our videos. But yeah, if you want to watch and see who's in our teams, then make sure you guys tune into that one as well. So perfect. Thanks, guys. 1 week to go. Obviously, usual content as always. I'll see you guys tomorrow, obviously, for the team reveals, but then also the Q&A. Answering all your questions ahead of the final week of AFL Fantasy for 2024, and then we'll be done, and then we'll be moving on to AFLW Fantasy, which I'm looking forward to. Starting afresh and hopefully getting a hat there. That'd be nice. So, but yeah, beautiful. All right, thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the reveal and the Q&A. So thanks guys. I'm out. Cheers.